Julius Caesar, reading by Alejandro Garcia Covington and Andrew Callahan.
Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping. There's not a nobler man in Rome than Antony. Now mark him, he begins again to speak.
But yesterday the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now he lies there, and none so poor to do him reverence. O masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who, you all know, are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar I found in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but the commons hear his testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins into his sacred blood. Yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and dying mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
We'll hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony. The will. The will. We will hear Caesar's will.
Have patience, gentle friends. I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs, for if you should, oh, what would come of it?
Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony. You shall read us the will. Caesar's will. His will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wrong the honorable men, whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it. They were traitors, honorable men. The will, the testament. They were villains, murderers. The will. Read the will. You will compel me then to read the will? Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar? And let me show you him and what made the will? Shall I descend? And will you give me leave?
Come down. Descend.
You shall have leave.
A ring. Stand round. Stand from the hearse. Stand from the body. Room for Antony. Most noble Antony.
Nay, press not so upon me. Stand forth! Stand back. Room. Bareback. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. 'Twas a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the Nervi. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made? Through this well-beloved Brutus stabbed, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved. If Brutus so unkindly knocked or no, for Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O gods, how dearly Caesar loves him. This was the most unkindest of all, for when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more strong than the traitor's arms, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, and in his mantle muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then I and you and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious drops, kind souls, what? Weep you when you but behold our Caesar's virtue wounded. Look here.